Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're going to talk about the ASRock 1U8S4E-GENOA 2T. Let's get going. Hey, thanks for stopping by today. It's a little bit more about the ASRock 1U8S4E-GENOA 2T. Do us a favor, find anything in this video that helps you, smash that like, click that subscribe. All right, let's get rock and rolling. So this video is going to be just general overview. We're going to go over CPUs, RAM, drives, RAID, power supplies, network cards, supported operating systems, and just use this as a good place to drop comments and be a resource for other users to just learn about this system as a whole. All right, well, if you know me, you know that I love AMD as a whole. I love AMD's procs. They're incredibly powerful and they're just such great performance right now. And as a whole, just huge fan. And Genoa is the top of the line. The fact that ASRock actually called their box or put Genoa in it really highlights what is the most important feature, and that is the CPU. And there's one CPU inside. It is an AMD Genoa, which means it's the 9004 series, which is the SP5 socket. People ask us all the time, hey, what do you recommend? What procs do you like? And really, it depends on your application. So we have it broken down into three categories: our low end, our value, and our high end. The high end is really what I'm a big fan of because there's just some amazing procs in there. You can get 9654 and 9754, which is a 96 core, 128 core, and these are just incredible procs where you could drop one in the system and just blow out of the water what a lot of dual socket systems have. And again, a huge fan of the AMD Genoa system, or AMD Genoa processor as a whole. And one of the reasons we're really just focused on this box. And I can go on and on about AMD Genoas because, again, I really do love them. And if that's what drove you here in the first place, is you're right now researching, you're looking, you're trying to figure out, hey, what AMD Genoa box should I use in my data center? Please, hey, hit us up. Give us a call. Email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. We will answer the phone. Yes, we are real people, and we'll answer the phone. We'd love the opportunity to build you an AMD Genoa. We've gone through all the different options: ASRock, Asus, Gigabyte, Supermicro, so forth. We build them all, and would love the opportunity to earn your data center home office business. So if that's what got you here, hey, do us a favor and drop us a line. All right, let's talk about memory now. So DDR5 memory is what is supported. There are 8 DIMM slots inside, and really that's kind of the downfall of this machine, is that there are only 8 DIMM slots. So when you want to bump it up to a terabyte of RAM, for instance, it's kind of a problem because jumping from a 64 gig to 128 gig is really expensive. And we'll get to some of the speeds or some of the sizes I just kind of jumped ahead, but I just wanted to kind of highlight the pitfall of this specific box if you are looking at the AMD Genoas, is that the 8 DIMM slots, if you're trying to do 512 gigabytes, hey, this is perfect. It's going to be one of the cheaper ones as far as a cost-wise, as far as price-wise, but as far as upgrading down the line, that is one of the downfalls, that you can't take it to 1 terabyte without having to jump to 128 gigabyte RAM, or even 768 gigabyte for that matter. You're going to have to use 78 or 128 gigabyte RAM, and those are just really expensive modules. So all right, let's talk about the speeds. You can use 4800, 5600 speed. 4800 is most common and what we generally build with. You can use a number of different sizes: 16 gig, 32 gig, 64 gig, 128 gig, 256 gig, or all the way up to 512 gigabyte. And again, there's only 8 DIMM slots, so that does kind of limit the overall scalability, but that still does get you to 4 terabytes of RAM, which is pretty awesome as a whole. And there's 2 types of RAM. You can use RDIMMs or RDIMM 3DS. So essentially ECC Registered is what you're going with. All right, that brings us to drive. So this is a 12 bay small form factor chassis. As you can see in the front, there are 4 bays set up for NVMe and 8 bays set up for SAS and SATA. Now, again, for SAS, you will have to have a RAID controller. Now, for the bays, if you're wondering which ones are which, check out the color coding on the front. You're going to have the NVMe ones over here and the SATA ones over here. As far as the interfaces, you can use 3 interfaces: NVMe SSDs, SATA SSDs, or SAS SSDs. Again, SAS, you need to have a RAID controller. For NVMe, you can get up to 30 terabytes or 30.72 terabytes, and it does take PCIe 5.0, and it is backwards compatible with 4.0, even though it will go at a slower speed if you go to 4.0. And then for SATA, you can get up to 7.68 terabytes, so it's not as scalable, and it's going to be a slower speed because it's only 6 gigabit per second. And SAS is going to be 30.72 again, so it's going to be great scalability, and it's going to be 12 gigabit per second. So SAS isn't a terrible option, but as far as I'm concerned, NVMe is the real winner, and really what you're going to want to put in here, at least for these last 4 slots, because NVMe is going to be the fastest fastest. Right now, actually the most affordable, which sounds funny because it used to be the most expensive, but it's the most affordable, and it's going to be the best scalability. So NVMe, the most scalability, the fastest, and the best price, sign me up. And one other important note, there are two M.2s that you can put in. You can put in 2280 or 22110. So yes, the 110s will work, and they are PCIe 4.0. So yes, there are two M.2 slots, which is really important to note because those are great for boot drives. And last note is that you can actually use up to 4 terabytes per on those M.2s. So technically you can put into 8 terabytes on the M.2s, but if you're using them as a boot drive, just throw in a 480 or a 960, whatever's the cheapest that you can get, and those would be great boot drives for you. But you can go up to 4 terabytes or 3.84 if you're using enterprise. All right, so let's quickly chat RAID. So we're going to throw up a little RAID chart right now that's going to show you the compatible RAID cards according to ASRock's website. Now, these are just the ones that are compatible according to ASRock. And let's be honest, when the manufacturers put together a compatibility chart, it's not all-inclusive. It's just whatever they've actually tested in their lab. So I'm sure there's plenty of other great options out there, but these are some good ones to be used for guidance that you know will work and are compatible. But these are the compatible ones according to ASRock, and here's just a nice handy chart to compare the specs, so you can pause it right now if you want and choose which one is your favorite, and then you can kind of go from there if that's something that you're interested in. All right, let's go to the power supplies. All right, so this comes standard with two 750 watt power supplies. They are redundant and they are hot swap, so you can get two 750 watt redundant hot swap power supplies. All right, so again, one of the reasons we love making these videos is to help people with, making the choice on what system they want, and they're comparing options. So network cards is something that unfortunately isn't the strong side of this ASRock. There is no OCP. There is dual 10 gigabits that are built in, so that is nice. So there's dual 10 gigabit RJ45s that are built in, but outside of that, there's no OCP, and there's only one PCIe slot. So the real downfalls on this system are going to be the 8 DIMM slots and the fact that there isn't really great scalability on the network side. So if you only need it for 210 gigabits, hey, then this is, again, a great choice. And if you only need 512 and you just want a great Genoa proc, then again, this is a great choice. But if you're looking to get up to a terabyte of RAM or 768 gigabyte of RAM, and you're looking to throw in multiple network cards or get 100 gigabit or whatever the case may be, this isn't necessarily the best option, especially if you need to use a RAID card and a network card and there's only one PCIe slot. Not the best choice, for that opportunity or for that situation or that application. But again, that's why we make these videos, is try to help people figure out what is it that you want. And again, message us, email us. We'd love to help you with this journey and help you choose what's the right server for you, because it's not always the easiest thing to figure out, let's be honest. All right, so last but not least, let's throw up the compatible operating systems. You're going to have Windows Server 2019, 2022. You're going to have VMware ESXi 8.0. You're going to have Ubuntu. You're going to have Red Hat. There's a number of really good choices here, but again, we're going to throw up this chart and show you the different compatible operating systems. Hey, if you made it this far, we appreciate you watching. Click that like, smash that subscribe. Take care, guys.